Hey guys, Solar here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Silver Centurion Irron-Man. So without further ado, let's kick things off with the accessories. Kicking things off with accessories, Irron-Man comes with 2 sets of hands and several blast effects. He's got a pair of fist hands and a pair of repulsor blast hands. And you can even take the repulsor blast effects and upgrade from a little teeny tiny one to a maximum firepower when utilizing all 3 different pieces, as you will see here. But with that being said, let's move on to Articulation. Moving on to the articulation on this guy, and I gotta be honest, they did some things really well on here. So that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Let's. Starting off with his noggin. Now, they did not connect his head to his torso like they do with most Marvel Legends figures. It's usually a ball hinge. In this case, they used a dumbbell joint or a double ball peg in the base of the neck of all places. So it is a little bit gappy, but he can look up pretty far. He can look down. You can tilt his head side to side, rotate it all the way around, snap his neck, now he's dead. And I gotta be honest, the head sculpt is really clean, although I do believe the faceplate is a separate piece glued into the rest of the head. But it is a nice shiny silver, which, talking about that, they did do a really good job with the silver on this guy. Really, really shiny. Really, really nice. And same with the arc reactor. It's really clean, but I do believe it is also a separate piece glued in there. Don't quote me on that. I can't really tell for sure, but they did that with Ironmonger a few years ago, several years ago actually. The Build-A-Figure Ironmonger, he had a big red arc reactor they just kind of glued in there to avoid paint rub, bleeding, and chipping and such. Which honestly, I prefer that. Moving on to his shoulders, though, this is where things get real. Look at this. Can you see that? That's right. Shoulder pad is moving with the shoulder! Woo! That is awesome, because it doesn't look like crap when you rotate it. Some of the figures, and they did this for years, they would connect the shoulder pads up here, and when you rotated the arm, it'd look all... So... It's nice to see that they're finally starting to do this. Granted, they've only done it a few times as far as I'm aware. The Marvel Legends War Machine, and this one's not even a Marvel Legends, but it does this. The G.I. Joe Classified Series Baroness all have these shoulder pads connected to where the shoulder rotates and is connected. So it looks a lot better when you rotate it. Although I wish the shoulder pad itself could rotate a little bit forward, but that's just a nitpick and not that big of a deal. As far as outward movement, the shoulder does go about 90 degrees, so that's good. Back down, he's got a bicep swivel. He's got a double joint at the elbow. Gives you a little bit more than 90, although honestly you get about the same out of just the bottom joint there. And then his hands do rotate and hinge, at least the fists. The repulsor blast hands are just static. They do not hinge up and down or in and out or anything like that. And the hands, of course, are just connected with a standard peg. Popping out, pop it back in. No sweat, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The ab crunch moves that far forward, that far back. No pot belly, that's pretty good. At least none that I can tell, anyways. He's got a swivel at the waist. He's got some detents in it, so it's nice and tight. Hips kick out to the side. Which is that farther than Spider-Man? I can't keep track anymore. A lot of figures do things better than Spider-Man, which is, I don't know, still kind of weird. But you kick them back down. They do kick forward quite a bit. They do kick out to the side ever so slightly, though. But nothing too crazy. He's got a thigh cut. Double joint at the knee. Can almost kick his iron ass, but not quite because of the boot. Which the boot, speaking of which, does not rotate. It's either glued in place or this is all one big molded piece, and they just painted the silver up here. I feel like they're two separate pieces, but I could be wrong. And then for the feet, they hinge that far back, that far forward, and he's got a detented rocker joint, which works pretty good. So, standard stuff, not too bad for a guy in armor. I think you get more than you really need. But yeah, with that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here we have the Silver Centurion next to the recently released Marvel Legends Deluxe War Machine and the 80th Anniversary Iron Man, who he shares a few parts with. Next up, we got him next to the 80th Anniversary Thor and 80th Anniversary Walmart exclusive Captain America. And last but certainly not least, we got him next to our two regulars here. We got him next to the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, I gotta say, this is a really nice figure. Kind of surprised how much I like it, actually. So much so that I think I'm going to put it on my top 10 favorite Marvel Legends of 2020. Yeah, I gotta be honest here. This is a really nice release. It's got some nice shiny silver paint apps. It's got a lot of new tooling. And it does a lot of things really well. And comes with enough accessories to suit my needs, at least. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say I highly recommend this one. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. And don't forget to leave a comment letting me know what you think of this figure. And remember, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.